Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Monday, the 27th of October. My disclaimer, it is for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some what I'm doing, learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right. Okay, we had a gap up last night, and that we had weak 60-minute sell signals fixed on ES and NQ at the close last week, and we lost those at the open. We haven't got any replacement divergence here, but we've seen a bit of a pullback here. I am wondering whether we might get, there's a possibility, depending on how it goes, that we could get across the board 60-minute sell signals of decent quality, and I'm watching out for that. Okay, NQ, I'd like to decline a little more. Because obviously it's been going up. So if we're going to get a sell signal there, a bit of a decline would be needed first. RTY, we've already got a 60-minute sell signal brewing. YM, that's a 60-minute sell signal that has fixed. So I'm thinking, we saw the retest of the high on RTY, so this is about as good as it's going to get. If we can get a bit of divergence here and get sell signals, then we'll have a very nice sell setup. I didn't want to talk about that because on the in the bigger picture webinar yesterday, I was talking about the 4 bullish leading days we've got out of 5 next week, and we've only got 1 bearish leading day in November. November and December are not typically great times to be looking for retracements. If we are going to see a retracement here, I'd really like to see it start today or tomorrow at the latest, and to a significant degree happen this week. If we don't do that, then maybe we're not going to get a retracement. The bullish stats in November are very, very strong. That's not necessarily everything, and obviously we don't have a government shutdown every year. And there are other issues, China not being so much one of them at the moment, because it looks as though they might have a framework deal on that. We'll see how that goes, but if we are going to see a decent retracement here, it really should start soon. Okay, YM went higher again, possible 60-minute sell signal brewing. Sell signal fixed. DAX, we have no current divergence here, and ESTX has already retested the high, and we've got a very nice looking nested double top setup here with, hang on one second, a very nice nested double top setup here. So we'll see if these play out. Let's have a look at the bigger picture charts. So bear with me a moment. Sorry, I'm a bit ill this morning, so I haven't actually prepared the charts as thoroughly, so I forgot to open these charts. So bear with me a second. All right. Looking at SPX, right, on the ES chart, we've got no current divergence, not quite at the stage where we can set up an RSI 5 sell signal, but we would need to go a bit higher first. But of course, this is a delayed chart, so it's not showing the move up that we've seen over the weekend. Same with SPX, of course. We may well see that set up today to allow it, but of course, generally speaking, setting up daily RSI 5 sell signals takes a few days. I'm not certain we've got a few days. In terms of the 60-minute chart, no current divergence, but we can see a break up today where we can set up very nice looking sell signals on the hourly RSI 14 and 5. I'd like to see that happen. I've got the resistance up here, which is about 60 handles above where we closed on Friday, and at the time of writing, at the moment, we're up 56 handles, so we may well be hitting this trend line today, and I'll be looking for resistance there. All right, looking at the Qs. Qs, again, I'm not that optimistic about getting an RSI 5 sell signal, but an hourly would be enough, and we've seen a gap up there as well, and we'll certainly be in a position by the end of the day where we could set up some very nice looking hourly sell signals. Looking at Dia, we could set up an RSI 5 sell signal here. I'm watching out for that, but again, we've seen a move up this morning. I'll be watching resistance here. We do have an alternate trend line here, and we've got one on on Qs as well, which is a bit higher. So we'll see whether those break and open up. The SPX one, I don't really have an alternative, but most of the others I do. All right, let's have a look at the IWM chart. Okay, looking at the daily chart, nowhere near any kind of daily sell signal, but on the hourly chart again, bit of a move up here. We've seen a retest of this high here, so I'm liking the topping setup here, and it wouldn't be that hard to set up at least an RSI 5 sell signal. And if we move up significantly today, we could get into a position where we could set up an RSI 14 one. We will see how that goes. Looking at DAX, DAX still kicking around the middle daily middle band. Doesn't necessarily need a retest here. We've already done the retest, which sets up a potential double top. Waiting to see what happens here on Nikkei. We've hit a potential channel resistance trend line, which I'm watching with interest, and we've got a possible RSI 14 sell signal brewing. We will see how that develops. Okay, let's have a look at the DX chart. Okay, DX, we've got possible flag forming here. I am wondering about a retracement down here, possibly forming a larger flag, and that's mainly because USD/JPY has basically hit the target here, so well, we will see. USD CAD, I've got a head and shoulders here, which is broken down, and this is potentially a decent move. And we've got a lower quality but fairly decent one on Australian dollar, which is also broken up. Leaning towards these. Well, we may well make target on these, and if we do that, I would be expecting to see some, significant retracement on DX. So we may well see a move down, possibly forming a triangle, then possibly forming a bear flag. We will see. All right, let's have a look at ZB. ZB. 60-minute buy signal fixed. We've broken down from the first double top with a target basically around the monthly pivot at 116.27. This isn't, well, this is smaller. I don't tend to mark in the targets for the small ones, but nonetheless, we've been trading sideways for a while here. 60-minute sell signal has reached possible near miss target. This would have a target down at about the 113 dead area. So we'll see whether that can make it. It looks like we're going to see a gap down today. I am looking at the TLT charts and TNX charts and TYX charts and thinking that we could see a big move down. Fairly sizable move down on bonds starting here. All right, CL, well, it looks like we're looking at a pullback here. We've got 60-minute sell signal here has reached possible near miss target. Hasn't reached it yet on HO. Hasn't reached it yet, although it's got close on RBOB, but we've obviously had the falling wedges that I was talking about. We saw hard breaks up. I'm thinking this may well have more upside to go, but I'd like to see a bit more retracement first, so we'll see whether we get that. Do we have a topping pattern here on HO? Not really, no. Although we have pretty much reached the retest, the full retracement of the falling wedge, which is quite impressive. RBOB, do we have a pattern here? Yes, got a nice looking double top here, which is broken down with the target in the 1.829 area. So waiting to see whether that will make target. NG, we actually had a head and shoulders here, which broke down and then almost immediately failed. We haven't made it back to the high. I'm wondering whether a bull flag might be forming here. Wouldn't surprise me to see that 60-minute sell signal has reached the possible near miss target. Doesn't need to actually retrace anymore. I was noting on the bigger picture last night that actually this is this $1, this move up, which is 50 or 60 cents or something, maybe part of this seasonal rise. And now that I've switched this over into the December contract, the January contract takes us up another 30 cents, but actually the large majority of that adjustment has now been made. So we will see. Looking at GC, still wondering about a test of this target here in the 3975 area. Weak 60 minutes buy signal is fixed, but not doing anything at the moment. SI, I was talking before, well, when we reach this level here. Sorry. Bit of trouble with my mouth. All right. When we were talking about looking at this level here, I was talking about a possible head and shoulders that might form, and we've got a nice looking head and shoulders which has formed. I'm expecting this to break down, and I'm thinking we'll have an inflection point where it can either reject back up to the high or head down to the target, which looks kind of low because it's in the 39 area. Looking at palladium, again, forming a possible head and shoulders here. No pattern forming on platinum. HG has come back up and hasn't quite retested this high here. I'd like to see a full retest, but this is the potential double top that I was talking about. Now, obviously, we could continue higher from there, but the obvious move is for this to be making the second high of a double top and to go down. But might need to go just a little higher first. 6 minute sell signal fix here at the moment. KC, The 60-minute sell signal made target. SB, we saw a move down. We killed the double bottom setup, and the buy signal failed. It was the second one in a row to fail. It's possible this may be breaking down, and I do have targets significantly below. So watching this with interest, but the bottoming setup we did have has fallen apart. CC, we've got, when I rolled this into the March contract from the December, this falling megaphone, which had broken up, turned up perfect with a perfect touch of resistance. So we're failing there at the moment. We had a 6-minute sell signal, and that's now reached the possible near miss target. But I am wondering whether we'll return back to the lows from here. Looking at CT might possibly have an iron chest forming here, pretty close to the iron chest target in the 67,570 area, but I'm wondering if we might have a larger one form. We will see. Looking at lumber, looks like we may see a little rally here. We've got a weak 60-minute buy signal fixed, and we've broken declining resistance. Bigger picture, I'm expecting this. I think this is a bear flag, and I'm leaning towards it retesting the lows, and very possibly going lower again. ZW, we've seen a nice move up here, and this may be the start of the very nice move I was talking about. We've got a 60-minute sell signal fixed here. It came very, very close to failing overnight, and it may well fail today. Looking at corn. Corn, we got a possible weak 60-minute sell signal brewing. We've gone up, retested this high, and not reversed so far. So we'll see. Soy, we had broken up from this falling megaphone, and that's gone back and retested the high as well. Not stopping at the moment. No current negative divergence. ZL. Got to say, this has really not been moving at all with soybeans lately. This, I've been talking about this being a bear flag for a while. Still looks like a bear flag. Live cattle move below the monthly pivot. Possible head and shoulders forming here, maybe. But if so, I've got the neckline down in about the 230 area. So watching this with interest. HE, nice looking double bottom here, and we've got a weak 6-minute buy signal fixed. I'm thinking that might well play out. All right, great. Let's have a quick look at questions. Yep, my pleasure, mate. All right, everyone take care, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. Cheers.